everyone. Hello. 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 It's the weekend. It's the weekend. We're big and strong and we made it to November. Now Mariah Carey is defrosted and it's cold outside and the sun sets at like 5 p.m. Yippee! Ah!
It's Yui, I can't believe it.
Hi, Slapple. Hello. Thank you. You can't believe it. You know what? I take offense to being called an it in the first 5 minutes. When I hadn't even arrived. Someone just straight up called me an alien and then an it. Top tummy! Who? You wouldn't dare talk to a woman in real life and call her an alien and an it. Lore accurate? Okay. Wouldn't dare talk to a woman in real life. End of sentence. It's gonna be okay, guys. They're gonna make like autonomous robotic women. They're incoming. We have the voices. Wow. We have the text generators. Now all we need is the physical form. Things are looking bleak. No, thank you for 3 months. Thank you. Slapple. Hello. Sorry to say that exists as well. Oh, I remember. Tesla had an event recently and they made like fake people. God, saying fake people is so scary. What an uncanny phrase. Fake people. Ooh, I don't like it. It's giving Mandela catalog. Ooh. Half of those robots were remote controlled. Really? Color me surprised. I guess that's what those companies rely on. They depend on suckers like me to like look at the surface presentation of what their like press conference appears like, and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool, and then I just take it as fact. I just assume that technology suddenly exists, and you know, Tesla was the first to do it. It worked for the layman, and I am a layman, so it worked. Yucker, shut up! I'm admitting to it.
Holy, that's 8 months. You Xblubbers, keep up the good work, yo.
Thank you, Buttery. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for 16 months. Thank you, Elf. Aliens. Really? I should call the word alien a slur against me. What was I going to talk about before? I was gonna bring something else up. But you know what? Maybe I don't want to think about Detroit Become Human being real. I don't think that would be good. Oh, she over Robocop. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I mean, like, if we're talking about the appeal of a VTuber, we already have AI VTubers. Like, the entirety. Jesus. Hi, Q. Good evening. Oh, man. Yeah, Neuro. I've seen stuff about her. She seems... Am I allowed to say this? I impose, like, a level of sentientness even to robots, and I think that's a problem. I fall into the demographic of people who would totally be robot sympathizers if they were proven to have a consciousness. Like, and I've seen clips of Neuro before. Her ability to like actually respond in context and with wit to random things that are happening in real time is insane. Like, I am very stupid. I don't know how any of that algorithmic stuff works. If you told me that girl had a soul, I would believe you. I'm also... I'm mildly afraid. Like, I saw a clip of her.
Why would date as someone who lives at home and doesn't make any money?
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay, for people who aren't in the know, I tweeted today that I love tax evasion. Oh, hey. I'm large. Put me back. High five. Welcome in. I said I love tax evasion, and you're saying that you're insulting me by turning it around and saying I don't need to pay taxes because I make no money? You're calling me taxless because I'm poor? Really? That is a hard hitter. You could be a master of manipulation, by the way. Like, your comment makes me wanna deny the allegations and come out and be like, hey, I do too pay taxes because I make money. I'll pay my taxes. I'll do it. You should go work for the IRS. You can appeal to people's financial insecurities to convince them to flex their yearly tax amounts. I paid like $5,000, you know, type shit. Yeah. Auditing you would cost us money. That was actually every single year of my life in college. Every year in college.
Anyways,
when I was...
how's your weekend going, yo?
It's going okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. Wow.
Hello.
Hi, Grandpa. Thank you for 5 months. Every year when I was in college that I was providing my tax forms, the government would refund me money. Those are the times I would literally make money during tax season. Because I was literally running at a net negative every single year. I also didn't understand. Oh, they're refunding you what was withheld? Yeah, takes me to my current point. I did not understand what taxes meant, and I was confused why people hated paying their taxes because I was earning money from them. Perceived. What? But you know, being like refunded taxes is also humiliating in a way. When you think about the government thinks that for your like age and status, you should be paying a base amount and you don't even make that amount. They have to feel bad for you and give you your money back. You didn't even bring in to the GDP the bare minimum, and now we have to give you your taxes back. Yippee.
Now yo is the same size as her taxes.
I'm not. Yes. If I were a tax amount legally, I would be a substantial sum. I would be huge. If you put all of my dollar bills into a piggy bank, that piggy bank would be big and round. Big and large. Rotund. Absolutely humongous. Curvy, even. Sure, like, people would hate me, but they would also want the prestige of having to pay for full of loonies and toonies. Yeah, I mean, so what? I would be heavy set. That's right. Yippee!
I'm surprised cause her dad calls you short.
That is a flat out lie. I am not short. My father does not call me short. Nobody in my family calls me short because I'm taller than everyone in my family. It can make fun of my physique and my forehead. And and how lanky and awkward I move around, but they cannot take my height away from me. That is mine. I keep it. I hold on to it. Hi, Mel. Hello. I'm 5'8". Yeah. I'm literally like 1 centimeter taller than my dad, or maybe like half a centimeter, and I'm very prideful about it because it's all I have. Yeah. Yeah. It is tall. You guys are being mean because you're majority male and comparing me to yourselves. We've had this conversation literally so many times. It's not a fair comparison. I am objectively, for women, I am inches above the standard. I am large. Even though I'm a size 2, but I am large. Large. Even though I'm wearing the same pajamas that I wore in grade 6, but I am large. Ah. Hi, Idol. Welcome in. Why are you guys laughing? You know what? Yesterday, my mom and dad dug out a bunch of like old digital camera snapshots and recordings, like really old videos where I was legitimately 7 or 8 years old. And I haven't seen those pictures and videos ever. Like, I have not seen them once. My mom, I love her, but she is very disorganized, and I'm like, no one in our family knew where she put all that stuff until like yesterday, I presume. And my parents, the entire day, they were so nice to me. It's like they were suddenly visually reminded of the fact that I used to be cute, and they were like giving me head pats and like roughing me up a little bit the whole day. Just like my mom was like taking my shoulders and going like, "Oh, look at you." They also made me go to their room, and they sat me down and they went through the album with me and forced me to listen to myself and my little video presentations from back in the day. And you know what the first thing they said was? As we were flipping through the photos at first, my dad took his hand to my to my bangs. He lifted them up, looked at the monitor, and looked at me, and he was like, I think your forehead's gotten bigger. And I was like, fuck you, man. That is so messed up. And he was like, no, I mean it. I think your forehead's receded a good bit. And I was like, thanks for the genetics, bitch. Really, that means a lot. Thank you so much for passing your widow's peaks, whatever the female equivalent is, onto me, I assume. I assume that's what you're referring to. You know what the truth is? The truth is my forehead isn't even big. It's genuinely not big. My dad just takes an obscene amount of pride in the fact that we both have the same shape of forehead. No, I mean that. I do not have a Vegeta hairline. Never say that to me again. I will ban you, sir. Don't you dare. Thank you for 3 months, Alejandro. They're so mean to me. They are so mean.
The hairline at 42 isn't so bad.
Eczema! God. Thank you, Slapple. I appreciate the reassurance, but I, unfortunately, am plagued with the incessant need to be perfect. It's how the life of a pick-me girl goes. I'm kidding. I was honestly shocked to see myself because, like, we don't have, like, any pictures in our house. No, like, nothing framed. Hi! Nothing framed. Like, very few images of me. I have pictures of me from when I was a genuine infant and from when I was, like, an early teenager and beyond. That, like, 5 to 10 stage, I've never really seen in detail. Thank you, Mom. And, like, God, I was so chubby. There was a video of me playing the piano, and I was super diligent about it, and I made it, like, seem like I was doing a recital, and I was explaining the piece and explaining why it was, like, complicated and why I liked it. I think I didn't totally understand everything I was saying. And my belly, oh my God, and my little cheeks, like, on my face, it was so plump. It was so plump. I was so cute. I can say this I was so cute, and my belly was, like, bulging out of my shirt. I was eating so much at that time. I was a real, like, early bloomer when it came to height. My parents told me a story from when I was, like, 7 or 8 as well. My dad had made steaks, and I had already eaten a full dinner, but after dinner, just because I went to the leftovers and I ate an entire second steak as an 8-year-old. My dad said I literally picked up the whole steak, like, in 2 hands, and I just fucking bit chunks out of it and ate the whole thing. If I was born to be a dog. Actual monster, yeah. Um, yeah, my parents were staring at me and making remarks about how fat I used to be, and they were like, "What happened to all that weight? What happened? What happened to the cheeks? And to the belly? Why are you still wearing the same clothes? What happened? Why aren't you cute anymore?"
Wow.
And my mom was filming my reaction to all of this. They're so mean. Barbecue, thank you. Hi, Jester. Welcome in. Forehead ate it all? Absolutely not. Nuh-uh. No. Like, where'd that cute girl go? They meant it kindly, I think. I hope. They've been really nice to me the past couple of days, though, so I think I still have some of it in me. I genuinely forgot what it was like to actually have like plump cheeks, because God, ever since 20 or like 21, I want to say, like I lost all of my brown fat, and like my cheeks are pretty sharp. Like they're a little bit sunken in. Aging. God. Aging. Flat cheeks? Shut the fuck up! No way! Absolutely. Nope. Nuh-uh. Chat, you need to check yourself. No way. Can you cut us with those cheeks? No, they're not that protruding. They're just like, they're shapely, I suppose. She said sunken in, so concave. We're talking about my face. We are talking about my face. Please. Please. You know what's also really crazy about cheekbones? The difference between different beauty standards. Because if I talk to like, if I'm with a group of people primarily from the East, if I'm like talking to them, especially if they're also like immigrants and they weren't born here, they like you know, like K-pop girls, they like their like really small round faces or like oval faces, like completely smooth edges, that kind of deal. And it's so weird because the same girls, when they're acclimated in a Western space, they like, we have the opposite end of the extreme where they will literally go for cheek fillers so that they have more edges to their face, not less. It's really fascinating how that goes. Yeah, and then there's Minecraft Steve in the Giga Chat, exactly. I think it's the exact same for guys too. Like girls who are into K-pop and anime, for some reason they love their almost androgynous presenting men, like small cheekbones, like almost feminine jawlines. I've seen girls in college like fawn over like BTS, you know? And whereas like other people, like not just in terms of preference, but like guys I've met themselves, like if they're more into like gym culture, they'll literally like I've met people who do jaw exercises to this day. On God, I don't know if they work or not. Like there's like a whole subculture of men on TikTok who like practice bizarre exercises with even more bizarre looking equipment meant for like the inside of the mouth. And they like to like strengthen the masseter muscles. Whereas like the same or like different guys who are into K-pop culture, they're like trying to have like a V-line jaw. It's incredible. It's incredible. Unchisel the jawline, yeah. PP, thank you for 4 months. Thank you very, very much. I think there's some optimism there. Of course I don't like when things get like obsessive, right? And people will start going through things like medical procedures to attain the shape that they want. But I think there's some optimism to be taken from it. I think it means that regardless of how you look, there is a standard out there for you. There is some niche, some corner of the world that reveres your features. I think that's really sweet in a way. Yeah, like people. Of course, it's not healthy to be obsessed with any aspect of your appearance. For sure, there's more to life than just that. Yes, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Absolutely. Medical surgery for smaller forehead? Okay. Okay. Alright. I see how it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, Jam. Welcome in. Unbelievable. There is someone out there who will love me and my forehead. And as a matter of fact, I know for a fact that there is a dog out there who would love licking me and my forehead. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Rah. Arf. Yeah. Wait, why are you guys reacting like that? What did I say? Wait, I'm being wait, what did I say? Okay, I don't understand. Why did I see? Why are there ayos and huhs? I think it was the dog comment. Because they heard the word lick. Are you...
Hi.
Wait, really? Is it because of that? Is it because of that? Licking me and my forehead. Okay. Thank you, Ranji. Thank you, Umpty, for explaining. You are degenerates. You are like actual degenerates. Like, I am talking about doggy kisses. Like how dogs love to lick people because they love them. Stop being fucking weird. Okay? I say that with full judgment. I'm done. I don't give a shit anymore. That's weird as fuck. Don't do that. Weirdos. You're the one with the phrasing. I'm saying licks from a dog. If that's the first thing that your head goes to, what's wrong with you? I'm just confused. I'm confused. I know you guys aren't. I know you guys aren't actually like furries. If you are underage, mute the stream right now. Like, I know you guys aren't actually furries. How does this come to your mind if you're not a furry? I don't get it. Bold assumption. Okay. If that's part of your identity, then I respect your identity. You're allowed. You're allowed. I apologize.
Yippee!
I don't mean to impinge on anybody's personal preferences like that, but you know, that is not what I mean. Enjoy being a furry. You know, I wouldn't walk up to you in public, but you do you. You're lovely. You're great.
almost a year to giving yo head pats you yix heart you yix head
Thank
pat.
you for 11 months, Cecilis. Thank you very much. Slapple. No. Okay, well. I'm thinking. I shouldn't be considering this, but you know, I really like Big Mac sauce and like bean curd paste, like Chinese bean curd paste. Would I do that? Maybe if it were like an apocalyptic scenario. and I had a BMI of like 12. And there were no other options. I would lick Big Mac sauce off of someone. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. I apologize. What sauce does Wendy's use on their burgers? Why Big Mac sauce specifically? Because I really like tartar sauce and like Thousand Island sauce. I feel like a Big Mac sauce is like an in-between of Thousand Island dressing and tartar sauce, and I really like that. I love Big Mac sauce. It's so nice. I missed something. Who started this train of thought? Someone TT asked if I would like about wanting me to like lick them, and that's weird. But under very specific and desperate circumstances, I think I would do what I needed to in order to survive. Tartar sauce has taste? I think it does. I think it's like... I think there's like lemon, it's tangy, it's creamy, there's some dill and other herbs. I think it's really good. Hi Holly, welcome. You do realize that stuff comes in a bottle, right? Were you listening to what I said? Did I not describe the very specific and again underlined desperate circumstances under which if I were coerced with no other options, I would do what I had to survive? I am almost repeating that entire sentence verbatim. I will defend my sauce licking tendencies. I'd rather die. I would survive. I would survive. I persevere. Pretty sure Big Mac sauce isn't even worth the calories. I think it is. I think it's pretty good. You'll be hungry within the hour. You need something more satiating, but I'm talking about if I don't have anything more satiating, you know? And nothing that happens to be on a plate or even on the floor. If I was in a situation where I mean, that's your opinion. You are welcome to practice your values, you know, in that manner. Do what you need. Do it. You know, if that's a deal breaker when it comes to life for you, then that's okay. Philosophical as always. Thank you. I do my best. Thank you. You've given this a lot of thought. No, I mean, I'll take the compliment if you think that I sound like I've given it a lot of thought. Maybe I'm just a really fast thinker. Yeah, I'm just impressive. I love that. I've lost my ability to follow this particular train of thought. I think I should go back to watching Alien. Is crazy. The stuff coming out of my mouth is worse than the entire Alien franchise. That's gotta be a wake-up call for me. Wow.
5 head.
That's right. That's right. This forehead's huge. Thank you, gang related. Thank you. What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah! I need to vent a little bit. I'm a little bit sad today. The dog that I'm looking at that I really, really wanted got adopted. I'm very surprised by how sad I genuinely am about it. Snooze, you lose. Yeah. I can't disagree. I'm not ready right now, and someone else got in their application first. It's only fair. It's okay, you'll have another chance at one you'll love. I'm such an obsessive though. I like see faces especially, and I just feel like there are ones that particularly speak to me. Are there plenty of other pups in the shelter? Not a lot of... There's a lot of, like, where I live, there are a ton of independent as well as, like, government-ran shelter groups. And it takes a lot of research to, like, try to comb through the weeds and find them all, because often, like, especially the independent groups don't do very good marketing to get their groups and their puppies and their dogs out there. But in general, even in a general sense, there's not a lot of puppies and younger dogs, which is what I would prefer. But that's like not to say like it's a deal breaker for me. I would move mountains for the right dog. I don't mind at all. If it happens to be the right dog for me, I will do whatever I have to, even if it doesn't fit my other requirements. I just really like this one pup. And he got adopted today. All of a sudden. And I'm pretty meh about it. I am genuinely surprised. No, I feel like my intuition was like telling me something with that dog. And it's like, well, what can I do? I didn't have everything ready. I'm still kind of in the process of... I think I've more than like 70% convinced my family at this point. Also, again, I have to go for a younger puppy or like a smaller dog in general, one of the two, because of my grandmother at home. She has a pretty bad fear of like medium to larger sized dogs because of stuff she experienced growing up. Like in villages and stuff, they don't train dogs, they don't have like leash laws and the like, and she was, I think, bit by a dog when she was like a child, so she has like a permanent fear of like larger dogs. And that's why I thought a puppy would be particularly good for her, because then she could see the dog grow up and form that more emotional attachment. But even then, it can't be that big at like in adulthood. Can't go wrong with a pug. I would never buy a pug. Aren't they like one of the unhealthiest breeds ever? What kind of dog? I was looking at a little mixed mutt guy. Little mutt puppy. He had a certain look about his eyes that I really loved. Like he looked so gentle. And I was like looking at him for a long time. It is what it is. It was a poodle mix that I was looking at. I'm so shocked. Like I was browsing again because I've made like a daily habit at this point of checking the tab. And he was gone, and like my heart literally sank. And I haven't felt that in so long. That type of feeling. I'm like mildly heartbroken, and I'm hoping the stream today helps to distract me a little bit, but it really feels like I like missed out on my child, you know? I got too attached. Hi, Apophis. Welcome in. I'm alright. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be strong. Poodles get pretty big. It was a miniature poodle mix. And like we don't know what the other breeds were, but it looked like a smaller dog. There's just something about the fur of smaller dog breeds that give them away, I think. Parasocial for the puppy? Yes! Yes! Oh! Oh! My cousin has a miniature poodle, and that guy is like half my size. Your cousin probably has like an in-between between like a poodle standard and a miniature poodle. Then they're not like the actual breed if we're gonna be that strict, which I don't care for. They're not supposed to be that big. I assume you're probably at least a few inches taller than I am, so man. I have to get over it. Get over it. Get over it. Oh, be strong. Be strong. Naming a corgi Tank is crazy. I actually had that idea. Like, I was thinking in my mind, if I ended up with like a really small, like toy-sized dog, I want to like name him or her like Biggie. Or like just big. Or like Giga. I think that would be really funny. Can you imagine naming like a 5-pound dog Giga? God, Titan, you know? Wait, what's with Ein? Killer the poodle. Chungus is a great name for a rabbit. It's very well inspired, in my opinion. Oh, that sounds so nice, sir. I love the vibe of like a really clingy dog. Cause I'm clingy. I want us to be mutually clingy. Ah, Colossus, Remington. I also love like really cute looking dogs having like British noble names. I I saw a toy poodle once named Remington, and that made me laugh. Like imagine. Absolutely tiny. And like, God, I wish I think I had like an old acquaintance who had like a tiny toy dog. No idea what breed, but like they named that dog like Birmingham, and I was like, what? That guy was like, he was genuinely like 4.5 pounds. Birmingham. His name is bigger than him. That's a gun company? Winchester. Oh, those names are so nice for Yorkies. I feel like they fit in so much. Man. I want dog. I really hope I'll be able to find one soon and get my equipment all sorted. I would like that. Man. I'm upset. I have to pull it together and not cry. Dogs are a blessing. They really are. A Yorkie paw mix? That sounds so cute. A Yorkie paw mix sounds like it would be like literally rotund, like an actual 5-pound furball, like round, like a miniature version of the Vegas dome. Bro got a dumpy. Yo. Sadly, it's all part of the process, but it'll work out. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Huey, what will you do if you bring the dog on stream and the camera recognizes the dog as me? Then you have a new VTuber. I'm just gonna hold him in front of my monitors the entire time, and I'm gonna put the microphone right in front of his snout, and the entire scream is just gonna be. It's gonna be the whole stream, just. The whole show. And you know, like dogs don't have like their eyes are just round by default. If it happens to recognize, I feel like I would look like this the whole time. They don't have the same eyelids like us. I would just be like fully extended the whole time. So we get twice as much Berkey. I unironically feel like if I were to get like a little doggy bed and put it on the side of my desk and have him like napping there as I stream, I personally think that I would corrupt him with the things that I say. Like he would, you know how dogs have like a mild understanding of certain English words and of certain phrases and like tones in human language? I feel like observing me constantly streaming and talking here as a puppy would like forever fuck up his comprehension of English. He would be so messed up. The first brain rotting topic. Wait, this weekend is daylight savings? Wait, is it the same for me? It is! It's tomorrow. Wow. Exciting. I'm so tired of switching times over. I don't get why it still exists. Having to do it twice a year, especially in the spring where you lose an hour. I really don't like that, and I think they've I think they've conducted studies and found that there's an increased incidence rate of automobile accidents and all other accidents because of things like daylight savings time, especially when people lose sleep. I just don't like having to deal with it and having to record these times. They're very kind people who will let me know through school and work and you guys, of course. But man, annoying. Rah. Daylight savings was for farmers. Yeah, before electricity. Huge uptick in accident rates. Grr. Yeah, it is too much of a pain to remove, I assume, because here we've had people promising that they would abolish DST for years and they never did. I don't know, maybe it really is that difficult, but I feel like it's as difficult for the majority of the population to have to do it manually. You have to switch over your microwaves and your ovens and your cars. God. It's just you gotta pick one of the two and neither is best. But if you end up only having one option, you'll never know any better. That'll just be the constant, and we would adapt to it over time. I'm okay with either, personally. Okay. Yeah, I wish they would do it too. Grr, it's one of those first world problems. Grr, I don't enjoy being mildly inconvenienced twice a year. Grr, I'm spoiled. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. I personally don't like it when it spreads time zones out even further. It's okay when we're both Canada and US and we all do it together. But for anyone in Asia who doesn't practice it, or Europe and countries that don't practice it, it can make timelines more difficult. Ha! Rah! Be like that. Okay. What are we doing today? I have a lot of video game demos. I have some really interesting ones. I have a comedy horror called Do Not Buy This Game. And it's in a web-based format. It looks very interesting. I'd like to try it. I also have an alien abduction on a farm horror game. I would really like to try that one. Is it UE5? I actually don't know. I'm gonna go into it blind. But I'm excited. It's been so long since I've touched any like true indie horror titles. And I miss it. I even miss the UE5 games. So we'll get into those. Okay. I will go set up game. Pee. Get water. Thank you for yapping with me today. I love complaining. I'm going to distract myself from not having the doggy son of my dreams. It's okay. It's okay, I'm coping. I'm coping. Okay. I'll be right back. Alright. I hope you're all having a good weekend. We're gonna be big and strong. Unafraid. Big horror games. Wow. We love hearing you complain. Do you... Okay, I'm sorry. Final tangent before I go. I feel really bad recently. I feel like I've been... Just don't laugh. I feel like I've been growing more negative as a person this year. Hi, somebody. Welcome in. I feel like this is the year where like my brain truly matured. And I feel like this year my views on everything have become that much more pessimistic. I think I was always the most trusting person that I know. Like, I always trusted things and people from like face value. And I think in a way I am still the most like, I don't want to say gullible, but the most like open-hearted person out of everyone I know personally in my life. And still I feel like there's been a change. I don't think I'm the same person that I was a year ago. I was so open to the idea of like anything and everything at this point last year. Especially when it comes to things online. But these days there's... I don't want to say bad actors, but I've come to be more thorough about like having to be more thorough about considering people's motivations and backgrounds. Even as I'm looking at puppies, you know? I looked at like what like reputable breeders at first, those who are assigned to like kennel clubs in the US and in Canada. I looked at both. I looked at listings from both. And these are the people that dog enthusiasts online revere. They love their like kennel registered breeders, and they love the health testing and the practices that they abide by. But you know what I read? You know, once I actually went away from like ideal tendencies and looked at actual listings from those breeders, you know what I saw a lot of? I saw a lot of straight up like, we DNA and health tested our puppies to a T, and they're gonna come tail docked and declawed. I was like, what? I was genuinely flabbergasted. I didn't even know you could do that with dogs. Like I read about it as a child, and I And I read that it was a cruel thing to do to cats. I didn't even think dogs were on the table for that type of procedure. But I was looking at like poodles, and I clicked on about 5 listings. 2 of them, the seller straight up stated like puppies come tail docked and like declawed. Dewclawed is the specific term used for dogs. And I was like these are the people who, like, say what you will about Reddit, right? Like, people still call it like and people still do consider it as well like a reputable source for advice and for masterless and for guidance on very specific niche topics, like, and that is the exact group that they look up to, and that's what they do. Like I would genuinely prefer just a modern kennel who like doesn't care about like championships and dogs having specific like the best traits. You know, I just want a companion who will love me and I can love them and they can sit in my lap. It's like it kind of like broke my worldview a little bit. I think searching up dogs in the past month. Like, people love dogs this much. They're this passionate about them to the point where they would be regulars on forums about dogs because they love to talk about dogs. And those are like individuals who they value as family members, and like that they view them with such a mindset of like personal optimization, and it like engineered optimization. You love them because you bred them to be what you love. And I think I've always operated with a very different philosophy, and it just kind of broke me a little bit. Like if I keep talking about it, I'm gonna start crying. Like, I just can't imagine seeing like animals and like members of the family like that. And like I didn't know that this like whole sphere of just having a pet, you know, in the end, like in modern day, unless you're heavily specialized or you're like into dog competitions, or you're like in the military or the police, right? Unless you're in like one of those very specialized fields, you really just want like a family dog, and that's like, it's so weird. Yeah, sorry. It's like really jarring for me. I guess because I'm young, I guess I have to like admit to that I just haven't seen that side of how far people's preferences can take them. Like I didn't know I genuinely didn't know there was that side to people. I don't know. And like and like I've talked about this before, like it's like this year I've just opened up to the real world. Like, I'm out of being in a protected state constantly, being like a student. Like, I'm heading into the real world and having to like make my own decisions, some of which have been made available to me, you know, like dog ownership, because I'm because I'm making like an income so I can look into these things, and then you learn. And before I didn't have any of that. And the same with like the same goes with, I think, VTubing. VTubing is a big part of it too. And this is something that I feel very strongly about, that I've never talked on. Ever. Like, I think it goes without saying at this point. I don't want to say living in a bubble, but once you go out and see the real, I completely agree with that. I really think I lived in a bubble. I really do. I was sheltered, and I also didn't have to make as many decisions for myself. Thank you for the heart, ball fondler. Holy shit, W name. That's crazy. I didn't know you could have a name like that on Twitch. Yeah. I I feel very strongly about this. I mean, for all of us who watch VTubers and everyone who like kind of shadows the sphere, everyone who is a VTuber, we all know, right, that when it comes to VTubing, the industry, there's a lot of money involved. And this year, especially, along with like extending the amount of time I've spent here and experiencing growth, I've come to realize that in any business where there's money involved, people will try to squeeze every bit that they can out of you, even if it means harming you, scamming you, pulling the rug from under you. And it's not just my experience, really. Like, a lot of it comes from observing people in this space. A lot of it comes from the emails that I get, the propositions. A lot of it comes from the eagerness and the insistentness of some of the inquiries that I get. And the truth about stuff like this is that a lot of the people doing it are young women, are very young women. I frequently see girls who are my age, younger girls who are 19, I've seen, who are already like somewhat established, and that's amazing for them. But I think a lot of us have like less experience with people, and especially in this sense, it's I think it's so easy to be taken advantage of by someone with more experience in business or in sales, just in like sweet talking in general. And not that like, definitely not everyone trying to make branch off industries like merch companies and the like are bad or unethical. But a lot of them are unethical. and like, a lot of younger girls don't know how to set those boundaries. I certainly did not until more recently, and I'm still working on it. And I'm not as young as like the youngest established indie VTuber goes. We're pretty isolated. We don't have like second opinions often to go to. A lot of us come from like having no corporate experience. Or like me coming from a healthcare background where like nobody would dare talk about themselves more than what their established capabilities are. You don't sell yourself like that in healthcare, but people in business do. And that's something that you have to learn. You have to like grow out of that. You have to learn from it. And it's, I can say for a fact that I have not fully. So it's scary. It's like, I think that with that I can go back to my core point, which is that my worldview has changed, and I viewed like people as very kind overall, especially with like how nice people were to me early on when I started streaming. I thought people were so kind. I'm gonna start crying. And like, I was so flattered when anyone reached out when we like wanted to do anything with me. Friends or like collabs or like business. I thought it was just so nice of them that they wanted to like. I literally thought of it as like, you want to help me out? Like that's amazing. Like, I'm gonna help you out to the best that I can. No, we'll do it on your terms, because I'm just happy you would even consider me. That's like, if you cry, you won't need to pee as much. It's too late. My bladder was full 20 minutes ago. It is a learning experience. I don't personally feel like I have that many regrets. I don't regret things that I learned from. But I'm just sad that my stance on people has changed. Like, I see society more as a place now where people will try to take advantage of you if you're vulnerable. And that like applies to young inexperienced women in business, that applies to children, that applies to like the sick and elderly and people who can't speak for themselves, that applies to literal dogs. Yeah, it's been a year. It's been a year. Yeah, for sure. It's like You have to appreciate the good people more. You have to reward the good people more and reward good behavior more. But we live in an age where outrage and negativity feed algorithms more. Like, controversies and like hot takes sell so much easier and attract so much more engagement than good things. Good, stable, mild things. I genuinely think like the nature of the For You pages that I frequent on like YouTube and on Twitter have changed a lot in the past couple of years. Like, I don't even see the channels and the people who I follow or am subscribed to as much when I scroll. I just see like content recommended to me by an algorithm that's seeing whatever has the most like comments, for example, and if something has a lot of comments, maybe it's because it's bad. Yeah. I was just thinking about it because it's November and we're rapidly approaching the end of the year. I'm looking at myself and who I was at the beginning of it, and I feel like the beginning of this year to me was an eternity ago. And I want to say it's in a good way, but I don't know. I just want a dog! I just want a dog! I want a cute little puppy! I just want a little guy! I just want to stream. I want to get up, eat breakfast, feed doggo, play with doggo, get ready for stream, eat, feed doggo again, go to bed. Get a multi-poo? I love multi-poos! I love them so much, but there is exactly a goose egg chance of me finding one through adoption. Exactly 0. If I want a multi-poo, I am buying it. No one is going to give you a multi-poo for free. Absolutely not. And I'm so sad about it. They're so cute. A multi-poo, a Maltese and poodle mix. Not impossible, here it is. Your dogs are in such high demand. Like, I saw another dog yesterday, a longer haired puppy that I wouldn't have been able to take care of because of my allergies and because it's a big dog in the end. It was listed yesterday afternoon. This morning it was gone. It's crazy where I live. People love dogs. I need to go and like fly somewhere to find a multi-poo from a shelter. They are so cute though. They're so small and they're so fluffy. If you can't find them, they're actually spelled Maltipoo with an A. I also get too attached to things with faces. Me too. Me too. I'm so sad about that. Time to ask Dad for a road trip? If I have to, it's just about finding where to look, but if I have to, I will literally fly somewhere. I will fly myself out to pick up a dog if I have to. If it's the right puppy. That is my son. I will go get him. I'm gonna pick him up from school. That's too much money, I would do it for someone I loved. Are you gonna fly back with it? I think I would have to. Is that not a good idea? Or, I know airplanes aren't good for me and my health. I see what you mean. It's probably not good for a puppy. At least not like a very young dog. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll see. I'm very pushy. When I want to be, I can be like, can I reserve him with you and like you can keep him for like an extra month or even 2 if necessary to let him buff up a little bit more and then I'll fly over and pick him up. Like, I'll pay someone to do that for me if it's the right dog. It's just because my needs are so specific. It's like, they're all the variables that people really like. And so it's competitive, like small size, puppy, non-shedding, non-dander because I have allergies. The selling points that I need are too big. Too much stress? Okay. I'll look into it then. Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe local
What
zone.
the dog doing?
Hi,
Hello,
Phoenix.
love.
Thank you. Thank you for 10 months. Thank you. I appreciate it. Volunteer at a shelter? I checked. I unironically, literally, I went to every like government round shelters website in my like in my like general area, like different cities even. None of them are accepting volunteer applications, not a single one. It is incredible. Like, I cannot emphasize enough how much people on the West Coast love dogs. Love them. And I used to have friends in high school who were like early bird, like foot in the door at a young age, regular volunteers at dog and cat shelters in my area. And I know that they operate based off of a referral process first before accepting applications. That's how in demand they are. Like the people who are already regular volunteers at animal shelters will usually have friends, their own friends, like on wait lists, who want to also go and volunteer. And those people get preference first. I have no connections at this point. Like, I got nothing. I did my research. I like it until I'm able to adopt a dog. I totally would go and volunteer in my spare time, but I literally cannot. Nepotism hires, yeah, but they're volunteer positions. I can't be mad. But it is Nepo though. Let me in. Let me in. I want in. I want to see the dogs. It is a great thing that they have plenty of volunteers. It's wonderful that people are as impassioned as they are here. I need to get my foot through the door though, you know? It is. Even volunteer positions these days are about connections, much less jobs. I feel for all of us. I really do. Okay. Alright. That's true. A lot of shelter dogs are special needs. I get it. I can't judge their process. They know animals better than me. For sure. Okay. Alright. I will go pee because I can't hold it anymore. And then we'll be back. And we'll play our demos. Thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry for crying. I'm sensitive. Uh, I always get so embarrassed when I cry. Awful, awful, awful. Embarrassing. Alright, thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you very much. I'll be right back, yeah?